You want to see something fun? Democrats told to get shot for the anti-Trump resistance. I love this. At town halls in their districts and in one-on-one meetings with constituents and activists, Democratic members of Congress are facing a growing thrum of demands to break the rules, fight dirty, and not be afraid to get hurt. It's like I've said, you know, the median Democratic voter wants to be tied to a rocket and fired at D.C. Growing anger among their base. Let me see if I can find a better source for this than Axios, because sometimes the way they summarize pisses me off. Nope, it's just from Axios. It's an original, it's an Axios original. What are you gonna do? House Democrats told Axios they see a growing anger among their base that has in some cases morphed into a disregard for American institutions, political traditions, and even the rule of law. This idea that we're gonna save every norm and that we're not going to play Republicans' game, I don't think that's resonating with voters anymore, said one House Democrat. Another told Axios that a sense of fear, despair, and anger among voters puts us in a different position where we can't keep following the norms of decorum. Axios spoke to more than 24 House Democrats for the story, with many requesting anonymity to offer candid insights about their interactions with constituents and activists. For months, Democratic lawmakers have fumed that their base's demands to fight harder misunderstand the lack of legislative and investigative power afforded to the minority party in Congress. We've got people who are desperately wanting us to do something. No matter what we say, they want more, said Rep. Brad Schneider, chair of the center-left New Democrat Coalition. That's great. Dog, if you hate your job, liberal voters have angrily accosted Democrats at town halls for, in their view, not doing enough to counter Trump's agenda. In response, some Democrats have tried to up the ante, heckling Trump, mounting rogue impeachment attempts, getting tackled by law enforcement, or even indicted in their efforts to scrutinize the president's deportation campaign. See, these don't really work, though. The Democrats don't back Al Green, even though what he did was based during the State of the Union address. The rogue impeachment attempt didn't go anywhere. Padilla getting tackled wasn't deliberate on his part. He just went in there and asked questions. Like, he didn't. This is just the Republicans teeing the Democrats up and the Democrats not doing anything with it. The grassroots wants more. Some of them have even suggested what we really need to do is be willing to get shot when visiting ICE facilities or federal agencies, a third House Democrat told Axios. Please, God, absolutely. Every month, so and so many people die in ICE facilities. If someone's going to suffer, it's far, far, far better that it be a Democratic member of the House than any illegal immigrant. The moral calculus on this one is easy. Our own base is telling us that what we're doing is not good enough, that there needs to be blood to grab the attention of the press and the public, the lawmaker said. A fourth House Democrat said constituents have told them civility isn't working and to prepare for violence, to fight to protect our democracy. A fifth House Democrat told Axios that, quote, people online have sent me crazy shit, told me to storm the White House and stuff like that. Though they added that, quote, there's always people on the internet saying crazy stuff. I mean, the Republicans did it, and then they won the next election, so. While other Democratic lawmakers said their discussions haven't gone that far, nearly everyone who spoke to Axios cited examples of voters' panic and fury fueling demands to adopt brute force tactics. A sixth House Democrats said that when they tried to persuade voters to channel their frustration into a focus on winning back Congress in 2026, people who are angry don't accept that. They're angry beyond things. No, it's that we know that even if you got the House back, you wouldn't do anything with it because you're dickless, because you're worthless. It's like the Roman Colosseum. People just want more and more of the spectacle, said a seventh lawmaker. I really do hate these people. I really, truly do. Because you can tell by the way they talk about this that they don't understand where their voters' concerns come from at all. Like, they literally think, oh, wow, these people are being crazy. They don't get it. Haha. Like, genuinely, the idea that you can be as politically plugged in as you would have to be in Congress and not understand why the Democratic base is losing their mind. You are completely disconnected from the voters. Like, you are entirely, you're meeting with Schumer, with Jeffries, you're meeting with consultants, with your APAC handlers. You are not like even, like you hate the voters. You're contemptuous towards them. They despise us. Ro Khanna, speaking of dickless, a high-profile progressive, said he believes, quote, the most effective pushback to Trump's unconstitutional actions is to model a reverence for the Constitution and rule of law. Jesus Christ. Ro Khanna is always available for a statement, isn't he? Many lawmakers said these voters tend to be white, well-educated, and live in upscale suburban or urban neighborhoods. There's the id poll. There's the Hillary Clinton playbook right there. Oh, the people who think that we're not doing enough and we're letting the country get ripped apart by fascists and openly demonstrate military force in MacArthur Park in Los Angeles and illegally deploy the military and do everything and destroy the country and the future of the country and destroy our relationship with other countries. The people who are saying you're not doing enough to that, Well, they're like privileged white people. Don't you think there are queer Latinx women who might have a different perspective, who might better understand what we're trying to do? I see right through these games. I hate Idpol, dude. I really do. I'm so glad that like the online left is past that era where you have all these like people who are essentially doing the bidding of the CIA, diverting every argument into this, well, how many oppression points do you have and does it allow you to make that point? I don't see that as much anymore. Very, very uncommon these days, mostly because it's so associated with liberals. What I've seen is a demand that we get ourselves arrested intentionally or allow ourselves to be victims of violence, and a lot of times that's coming from economically very secure white people, said an 8th House Democrat. Yeah, perfect, from the Hillary Clinton playbook. Perfect right there. Who could imagine something like that? Getting yourselves arrested in a display. Who, like, we're literally talking about stuff MLK Jr. did. This isn't even leftism, by the way, okay? Well, I know MLK Jr. was a socialist, but his tactics are praised by liberals. We're literally talking about stuff he did. Peaceful demonstrations of protest where the violence enacted against you by the state is used as a radicalizing force, right? You keep your hands tied, but they are brutal against you. The civil disobedience draws a contrast between your behavior and theirs. And this guy's like, I think these MLK tactics are really white privilege. It's white. It's sounding pretty white to me. Child, that's looking pretty white to me. I'm sorry, I'm a white staffer for a white Democratic House member responding in their head to this. Girl, this ain't it. I know what they are. You know that one gif of the black woman that every white gay on Twitter uses? It's like really pixelated and she's wearing a pink dress and she looks incredulous and it zooms in a little bit and it's like really annoying, okay? Me, when my white voter base wants me to get arrested for civil rights, child. Okay, that's the last one. But they would post that. They would. And it's racist of them, not of me, because I'm just pointing it out. One more? No, I don't think so. I'm out of gas. I'm out of gas. If I try for one more, it's like when you force a fart too hard. If I try for one more, it's going to get bad. Not only would that be a gift to Donald Trump, not only would it make the job of Republicans in Congress easier if we were all mired in legal troubles, we are a group that is disproportionately people of color, women, LGBTQ people who do not fare very well in prison. Are you kidding me? You're members of Congress. You seriously think being POC would make a difference? What an embarrassment. What a embarrassment, dude. Okay, do we all now agree 100% for sure that they would be posting that GIF and talking the way that I did? I didn't look down to that paragraph. I'm reading it line by line, okay? Jesus, why are they stuck in 2016? Because Idpol, as we understand it, was made by Hillary Clinton and her consulting team. People paid millions of dollars. How do we move ostensibly progressive voters away from Bernie Sanders, a person who is better for them than I am on every single issue? And this is what they settled on. It's not an exaggeration. It's not a conspiracy. The expectations aren't just unreal, they're dangerous, the 8th House member said. The 8th House Democrat is the one who's being the most aggressive here with this cynical tactic. Genuinely question, is rejecting Idpol an example of class reductionism? No. Idpol, this is Idpol, okay? This is, no, the liberal status quo is actually the best thing for all of us because of like wokeness or something type shit. That's Idpol, okay? Oh, well, you want Mamdani to freeze the rent? Well, black New Yorkers want Adams or Cuomo. And maybe you should check your white ass down. Sit your bean-eaten, white, honky ass down and listen to black New Yorkers when they speak to you, motherfucker. It's that shit, okay? Accept the status quo, don't question it because something race, okay? It's nothing to do with ignoring intersectionality. Intersectionality is, if anything, a rejection of Idpol, because the idea behind intersectionality is that everything exists in like a demographic weave where they're like like everyone relates to this subject in some way. Your identity has nothing to do with the ability you have to make an argument. Sorry. A 9th lawmaker told Axios, I actually said in a meeting, when they light a fire, my thought is to grab an extinguisher, a 9th House Democrat told Axios. And someone at the table said, have you tried gasoline? Class reductionists would say we should give up on trans issues. A class reductionist would say we should stop prioritizing trans issues and fight for common economic issues. A liberal believer in Idpol would say, Actually, we have a trans House member, and her name is Sarah McBride, and she doesn't think it's important for us to focus on trans issues. Right now, she's most concerned with America's greatest priorities, providing weapons to Israel and fighting for the 2026 budget. That's liberal idpol, okay? Different strategies, usually both are reactionary. And then you have the intersectional approach, which is to make every member of Congress trans. On it, boss? Yeah. Isn't like 1% of America trans? So shouldn't 4 to 5 members of Congress be trans? Like demographically, you know? I think so. Yeah, that sounds right to me.